right, guys, and without further ado, let's get into it. So, Spring Gulch Farms actually dropped off some snacks today for you guys mostly, and I wanted to give them a special shout out on audio and for video. So here we go. This is on YouTube. Spring Gulch Farms. You guys should check them out. They are located at 19451 Spring Gulch Road in Anderson, California. They make like these gluten-free, dairy-free, sometimes vegan snacks and whatnot for people with food allergies and food sensitivities, whether it's diet or anything like that. Spring Gulch Farms is the way to go for healthy snacks. So wanted to come down and show you guys this. So we have chocolate crackle cookies. Will, I'll hand those over to you. Hector, I don't know what looks the best to you. We got some brownies, we got oatmeal bars, we got peanut butter bars. They wanted to have us try these on air though, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. I know I love these already, so I'm gonna give you a good reaction, that's for sure. But shout out to David and Alicia Waters. Appreciate you guys very much for helping us out and for giving George these snacks. And yeah, well worth it, man.
Yeah, they all look good, man.
Dude. See, it's almost like candy, but it's not. It's very like, You can tell we've had a couple drinks.
That's a good brownie right there.
I would say the brownies are good.
Yeah.
I don't mean to talk with a full mouth, but man, those cookies too. Cookies are amazing. I promise there's more to the podcast than just us eating on air.
Yeah.
But wanted to come on and just say thank you to David and Alicia, man. I really appreciate it. I didn't expect them to have any snacks for us today. So the fact that they came through last minute for George and whatnot is amazing. And I mean, look at that cute little logo, man. It's an awesome logo. Fun fact, it's a logo of basically their barn. That there's no cows or pigs or anything in because animals are expensive. But yeah, Spring Gulch Farms established 2022, man. This is awesome. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. Initial thoughts on you guys have the chocolate ones, it looks like. The thoughts on the, you're still getting to the cookies, Hector?
Had a little trouble. I got it open.
Let's pop open these oatmeal bars real quick. Let's try these while we're at it.
Try that one.
I love it.
That's a good cookie.
Those are amazing cookies.
Chocolate crack.
Everything about it, man. Everything about it. Oh, is there chocolate chips in this one? Oh shit. Okay, let's pass that around. There's chocolate chips in this one. Hey.
These are good, man.
You want some of those shit, George? George, you want to say anything to the listeners while you're at it?
This one's been in the making for a while. We got some big news to unveil in this one, so that's why we had to push it back. And I think the whole Redding, California is gonna love the news that Will and Hector are about to unleash.
Unleash.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like it's a caged animal. All right, guys. Well, without further ado, let's get into the program. So, thank you guys very much for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. We're good to go. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it very much. So George knows the backstory to all this. He forwarded me a very long text yesterday giving me all the details. So Will, you're basically the CEO/owner of Cedar Crest Brewing. Madison, shout out to her. She's the bartender. She's the one who served me the awesome, what's the pale ale drink you guys have? I'm so sorry. I'm forgetting the name right about now. It's the,
I think you had to go.
It was a gold, yes, that one.
It was like golden ale.
It was amazing. It was awesome. And then the margarita pizza was awesome. So shout out to her. And then Hector, you are the bar manager. You guys basically run a 3-man brewery. So I kind of want to start here. That sounds like a lot. Sounds like a lot of work, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of hours where it's stress and it's like what's going to happen next kind of thing, especially over the last couple of years, I assume. Hector, I'll throw it to you first. What are the biggest stressors and the biggest challenge of running basically a 3-man show down here at Cedar Crest?
Well, as a bar manager, I gotta make sure the bar is functioning. It's always on point. The sleepless nights, that's mostly Will though, man. Will will be working all day as a CEO and then staying up all night making beers so people can have the product. So I can sell the product, but if there was no product, I wouldn't be able to sell anything, So.
Yeah. So Will, what about you, man? I mean, he says there's a lot of sleepless nights for you. You make all the beers. What's that process like?
Like making the beers?
Yeah, sure. I mean, is it stressful? Is it something that you find it's easy to get behind on, or is it something that just you kind of just do it and you're used to it by now?
Yeah, I've been doing it for almost 7 years now, so I can make the beer without much thought to it. But it is time consuming, and having to constantly come up with new recipes and come out with new beers can be stressful, especially with everything else. But it's not too bad.
Where do trivia night and Latin night and all these nights come from? Because you guys have on Tuesdays trivia night, Thursdays is Latin night. Every weekend you either have a performer or a DJ or a band of some sort. what was the idea and what was kind of the concept behind that? Because a lot of bars around here don't do live music. Why did you guys want to be one of the few that did?
We have a good venue for live music, so we just decided to go with it. Latin night's all Hector. And then trivia, we have like a close friend that wanted to start doing trivia for us. And we decided to give it a go, and it started out pretty small, but it's really built up. And we're like at capacity every Tuesday now.
That's awesome. I know George comes down here and likes trivia night and whatnot. So what is trivia night? I mean, what is that? Is it like Scrabble? I mean, I have no idea what is that all about?
So it's like a general trivia. They have general questions. Spanning from like sports to politics to history to science to all over the place, right? And you can have, we'll fill up this back room, a bunch of teams. You can have as many people as you want on one team, or you can just be a one-man show and beat everybody by yourself.
Okay.
I think first place gets what, $40 gift card. Yeah, right. Second place, what was it, 20?
Yeah, 20, and then third place is
$10.
Okay. Cool. That's every week? Wow, so if someone comes in here and kicks everyone's ass, they get just like a bunch of free stuff all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, okay. One thing I also found interesting that you guys do, and they're another, I guess, company I want to have on the program here one of these days, is you guys carry Humboldt cider. That's amazing. I know it's not one of your guys' products, and I do want to focus on what you guys do yourself and produce yourselves, but I do want to give a special shout out to that because the only other place I could find that is Hops and Vines in Cottonwood. And I think it's cool that you guys, over in the coast, they're local as well. And I'm sure they do well over there because especially the blurberry is amazing. Yeah, the blurberries cause a lot of blurry nights for me, I'll tell you that much. But I think that's really cool that you guys have the cider and whatnot. And what are the flavors you guys sell as far as the ciders go? If anyone's into ciders, what could they find here at Cedar Crest?
Yeah, so we got the Swipe Right, which is the cherry honey cider. We got the Imperial Blueberry, so blueberry, and then we got the dry still, more traditional apple blend of a cider.
Okay. Swipe right?
Swipe right, just like the app.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. So, getting a performer and a DJ to everyone down here, I want to give a shout out to Roger Yeager. He was here just a couple days ago. How do artists, if I'm an aspiring artist or I'm an aspiring DJ or a band, how do I get a hold of you guys and ask to come down here? And I literally just like, hey, Will, can I come down here Friday? Oh, sure. I mean, is it like a word of mouth thing? I mean, how do you guys kind of set up those events?
So best way I think is hit us up through Instagram, Cedar Crest Brewery. You send us a message. Madison, not only she's a bartender, she also deals with events and all that too. So she's the one that's gonna contact you back, or you can just come to the bar and talk to us in person, and we'll make something happen. We're always here to support local artists and just give people good entertainment throughout the weekend. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I'm not mistaken, Will, this place opened summer 2019, right? August 2019. Okay, cool. So it's been about 3 years. It's been a ton that's happened. Of course, COVID and stuff like that, and just kind of other places closing down around you, and I assume maybe some struggling to get maybe some licenses of some sort. But in your 3 years of being the owner, what have you learned the most about yourself and about kind of the community and running Cedar Crest down here in the heart of downtown?
Well, I haven't been the owner for the entire time we've been here. I took over fairly recently, but the biggest thing I've learned is time management is super critical. If you get off task and you don't use your time well, you're going to feel it later.
Yeah.
And to speak on that, ever since Will took over, man, we've been little by little blowing up. He's done some tiny but at the same time major changes. And that's very beneficial to Cedar Crest, and we can see it.
You guys have dartboards. This is the only place I can think of here locally that has dartboards, man. Bars don't do dartboards. It's very weird to me because that's definitely an essential part of a brewery or a bar, pub, whatever. Is you got the pool tables, you have your event nights and stuff. Of course, you have your stuff on tap, and then you have dartboards. I think that's really cool. You guys have that and whatnot, and you have the pool table in the back as well. That's super cool stuff. So let's get into another event. Brews and Bass. The first Friday of every month, you guys do a thing called Brews and Bass, right? Is that the name of it? Did I get that right? Basic Brews and Bass. So what's that all about, Hector? Walk me through that. What does that entail for people that want to visit that?
Yeah, Brews and Bass it's like having a mini rave here at Cedar Crest. We got different DJs come in, about 3 or 4 different DJs. Sometimes, all the time, we have a headliner. We've had Donald Cloud in here. We've had Forrest Green in here. So those are major DJs. This coming up. What's the DJ coming up?
Aquaphonics is the next one.
Aquaphonics. So that's October 7th, first Friday of the month. And this place gets packed up. It's a fun time. A lot of dancing, a lot of music, loud music. You'll feel the bass, and we serve up great drinks. Usually the best seller on that night is a seltzer. So we got a delicious hard seltzer. It's a 16% seltzer. We do mixed drinks with it.
16%.
16%.
Holy shit.
About done is 17.5%.
Dude, that's crazy. That's awesome, though. That's awesome. Because I know the blueberry is like, what, 11%, George? Or something? Like it's
10.7.
It's not 16. And it's not good for
10.7.
female. That's awesome. What's up with sip and stretch? I have a question about that because it's like yoga and beer and alcohol mixed in, but it's like that, it's like, what the hell? And what's up with sip and stretch? Last Sunday of every month you guys do that as well. What does that entail? What's that all about?
So I haven't been to one of those yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so we actually had one yesterday, the last Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of fun. Sarah Wallace from Legal Shield comes in and teaches a whole yoga class that lasts about an hour. And everyone has their beers, and she has specific stretches to do while you're holding your beers. And so some of the stretches, involve you taking drinks of your beer while you're doing it. And everyone has a good time. It's beer, wine, kombucha, whatever you want to drink. And so we clear out the whole space, and everyone lays down their yoga mats, and we're usually pretty full back here with 40 or 50 people. And it's just a fun time for an hour or so on the last Sunday of the month.
Is there good wife material, or should I not try it?
Absolutely.
Okay. I think I should ask. Maybe I should ask. You ever gone to any of those, George? Have you ever done a sip and stretch? Is that
Not
something
yet.
you do? Not yet. Okay. Not yet.
Soon.
Soon. I want to talk about this. You guys have a Halloween event coming up. It's called Paint and Sip. Paint and Sip, right? Not sip and paint. Paint and Sip.
Paint and Sip.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I know we talked about that beforehand, Hector. So what's going on with that? It's coming up October 21st. You guys are already handing out flyers. There's stuff on the wall, one over there.
Yes, sir.
What's up with Paint and Sip, man? What's that all about?
Paint and Sip. We're trying that out with my buddy George, another George, but he's a painter, he's an artist.
I know he's talking about.
He's new in town,
I know exactly.
and he's been wanting to do this. He's just getting some of the stuff ready for to make it happen. So once he hit us up, I'm ready. So we just made it happen. So his first event, that's gonna be his first event. I'm really excited because I've been talking to him a lot, and he's been telling me all about it, and I'm just excited to see fruition, and I'll probably attend to it. Maybe go bartend, come back to it, go bartend or something. But yeah, so the 21st of October, that's Paint and Sip for that, and then we also have the other October event for Halloween, which is the October 28th. We're gonna have I know DJ Nolan and some other DJs as well.
Freaky Beats.
Freaky Beats. That's what it's gonna be. Freaky Beats. The flyer's gonna come out soon. I think it came out, huh? No, not yet. It's gonna come out soon, and we'll keep you guys posted on that.
You guys have a lot of announcements, basically, that we want to talk about and get to today. But before I get to that, I kind of want to get a backstory just on you guys. I'm going to have to spend too much time here, but I'm wondering how you two and Madison become basically business partners on this whole thing. I mean, that takes a lot of trust. Seems like you guys are friends. But how did you guys meet each other and gain the trust of wanting to go into business with someone? Because, man, one thing I've always learned about your friends and your family is you don't mix money with them because it gets very cloudy as far as judgment. But how are you guys able to balance that out, and how are you guys able to make it work?
Well, I got hired in March. I came from San Diego. I was living in Puerto Rico, and then moved to San Diego. I was there for about a couple months.
I knew you were from Reading, man.
Yeah,
Hector, I knew you were from Puerto Rico or San Diego or something. I knew it.
And then I was looking for a job in the service industry. Wanted to make tips, right? And I seen this ad in Reading. I have family out here, so I decided to check in Reading, and I seen him, and I came out here. I got hired right away when I seen Will. I seen his work ethic. Right away we vibed out because I think I just connected with how he works hard, man, and I could follow that, man. I could follow that, and I could see this place has huge potential. So I saw that as an opportunity, and I just gave into it, and I gave it my all. So that's how I'm here. I mean, he's been here forever, and I mean, he could tell you all about his hard work, you know.
Manton, California, man. Where's Manton? Is that Bay Area? Is that
No,
LA?
it's like an hour toward Lassen.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a really small town, a
So
couple
it's
hundred
not
people.
far at all.
No, I used to drive there from here every day to go brew, and there's a lot of long days. But I've been working for Cedar Crest for 12 years, since I was about 12 years old, actually. And we started as a vineyard and a winery, and then we decided to make some beer for our customers. And so my grandpa started it as a winery. My dad added the beer, and now I took over and I'm adding something new.
What do you add? What's that?
So we're in the process of getting our distillery license.
Oh,
So we'll be full bar and making our own hard liquor.
One more
Hell
time.
yeah. I'm gonna give it an applause for that one. I love using the applause button. People love it. I'm telling you, people love the applause button.
Say it
What's
one
up,
more
George?
time. What's he getting?
What are you getting? Liquor license, right?
Well-
Basically, is what you're saying. Is kind of
Kinda, yeah.
okay.
It's a distillery's license, so we'll be able to make our own hard liquor. But with that, we'll also be able to have all the other hard liquors. So we'll be able to have a full bar, but we'll also have our own hard liquor on tap.
Gotcha. Are you guys gonna make any sort of tequila? I'm a tequila guy. I don't know. I
No,
know
so-
Blue Agaves and Jalisco, but
Yeah.
any sort of tequila? Any
So
sort of
that's not really in the plan right now. We're starting with vodka and gin, and then rum and whiskey will come later. But yeah, we'll be starting with vodka and gin, and Hector's gonna make his own line of gin because he loves gin.
I love gin.
So
It's my drink.
Hell yeah. All right. Hell yeah. I love that, man. So, Hector, you're from Puerto Rico.
I am.
That's
I
pretty
am.
interesting. That's pretty cool, man. Why San Diego, first of all? I figure maybe it's a little less humid. I'm not sure how it is out in Puerto Rico. Weather,
Yeah.
I know the weather is, people vacation there, so it must be well. But Puerto Rico to San Diego to Redding. Just take me through that, man. That's very interesting to me. I love San Diego. It's like a second home. I feel like I know it like the back of my hand. So
Yeah.
why San Diego when you're coming from Puerto Rico?
Well, when I was 8 years old, my family moved to San Diego, or to LA, and then San Diego to California, SoCal. So I don't, their reasoning was just, trying to getting away from the island for a little bit and coming out to the States. And we stayed out here. I came up to Redding. I had friends up here. I visited. I was kind of, trying to get away from the city lifestyle. Came up to Redding, saw all the mountains, and I fell in love with Redding. So I was like, I'm gonna stay out here. I met my wife out here, and then, we moved away again. And last year, and that's why I was in Puerto Rico last year. I lived in Puerto Rico last year, and then it was rough because of the whole pandemic thing. It was rough to live out there, and in Puerto Rico, it's just a different type of lifestyle. So came back, and that's how I ended up in Redding again. Just trying to restart again in my life with my family out in Redding.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
I mean, for what it's worth, while we're on the subject, I do hope everyone's okay as far as your family stuff is concerned, as far as the hurricane goes back there. I know wine
Appreciate
through
it.
Puerto Rico and Turks and Caicos and stuff the last couple weeks. So, figured, let you know, I sincerely, hope everything's okay with you guys and whatnot. So this liquor license thing, man, you guys are gonna make your own stuff. You guys make your own red wine, I guess. Already, you guys do like a red wine thing. Is that right? I think Madison was telling me something about that.
So we've actually made a lot of different types of wine. Like I said, we started as a winery. So right now, all we have left is our red wine. My grandparents have sold their property, so we no longer have a vineyard or a winery. We actually don't have a winery license at all anymore. So we do have red wine that we made, but once it's gone, it's gone.
Come and get it.
Gotcha. Once it's gone, it's gone. Okay, that's good to know. So I wanna ask about this. And I'm not trying to. I want to say instigate's the right word, but I do wonder how people work hard, right? It's America. It's very competitive. People work hard. They want to be the best. They want to try and be as best as they can. Do you guys feel that you're in any sort of competition with the other places around here? And I only ask because there are so many. I mean, you got Final Draft across the street. You got what was formerly Shameless. Now it'll be whatever the owners of Raw want to call it, coming in around the block. You got 17 around the other block. You got Cascade Theater right there. They don't sell alcohol, don't get me wrong, but it is right there and whatnot. The Whiskey Bar. I mean, that's four off the top of my hand that literally directly competes with you guys, and you guys kind of compete with them. Is there any sort of competitive edge? Is there something that you guys think you do, I don't want to say better, but just differently that kind of makes you stand out from the pack?
Well, we all have our unique qualities, and people don't like to just sit at one bar usually. They like to walk around, go to other bars, grab drinks at different places. So I don't really feel like it's super competitive. You know, everyone seems like they work together and they like to be around each other. So I don't really feel any competition.
Okay.
And I think everybody brings, like you said, everybody brings something different to the table. I think that we're gonna start bringing something different to the table, especially with the distillery brewery, and we're gonna have a nightlife. So we're gonna be probably the only brewery with a real nightlife and space to make the fun entertainment nightlife happen.
And I hate being this guy, but I feel like it might be, I don't want to say a concern of people listening, but something they are interested in maybe hearing about. I mean, how do you guys plan on combating and going about dealing with people that might get a little rowdy? I mean, you want to be the best nightlife spot, where, you know, distillery license coming in. You start mixing in some weird people downtown, some interesting people Saturday nights, Friday nights. I mean, do you guys ever think about that? How do you guys plan on maybe combating? Well, if we got to do something about the public, you know, then we'll do something about it. What's the plan for that, I guess, as of right now for you guys?
I think we just gotta be diligent. We gotta be diligent with bartending. That means, like, if we gotta cut people off before they get too intoxicated, then we gotta cut people off before they get too intoxicated. If we need to be diligent with the security. So on big events, we're gonna have top of the notch security in here, and we'll be checking ID and everything. So I think diligence and excellence in what we do, and try to catch it before it happens, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys are one of the few breweries in town that does it all right here. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it's all back there, right? All the magic happens back there, Will. So being one of the few places, I mean, when did you start making, I guess, the beers and whatnot that you guys have on the menu now? Are those new? Have those always been a part of what you guys have done? What's the time frame on what you guys are serving currently?
We have core beers that we've been making since we started, like our blonde ale and our red ale. They've been around the entire time that Cedar Crest has been around. Our Manton Hopper, but we're always adding new beers too. The Gold Digger is brand new. We just came out with it a couple months ago. First time ever making it. And we're going to keep coming up with new beers, but we will always have our base beers that people keep coming back for.
Okay. And then the Gold Digger is the blonde ale, right? Is that the one?
It's a light golden ale.
Light gold, and that's the one that I had, which, by the way, just want to say is amazing. I mean, it was so smooth. It was such a smooth beer. Like I barely even tasted like the alcohol in it. I was like, this is actually really, really good. I really like this a lot. Also saw you guys had like kombucha on tap and whatnot. Is that kombucha you guys make personally? Okay.
We get our kombucha from Mama Sherry's.
Gotcha.
Shout out Mama Sherry's.
What's Mama Sherry's? I don't even know what that.
She's everywhere, man. Like, you go to different spots, man. You see Mama Sherry's kombucha, man. But it's good kombucha. She got variety. Maybe you should have her on someday, man.
I guess. Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. I guess I should try it for sure. I want to ask about this as well. The Cedar Crest Brewery pizza. Now, a lot of places, you know, do the air fryer stuff, finger foods, French fry. Now, look, I love chicken wings and fries, especially when I'm drinking. Smoking it don't matter. Do chicken wings and fries. It's hard to go wrong. But you guys decided to specialize in pizza. You guys have pizza, then you have maybe a couple hot dog options, and that's kind of it. I mean, it's you get pizza, you get your hot dogs, and you get beer, and that's all we have here. So you guys kind of, I don't want to say monopolize. It seems you specialize more so in the pizza. But why? I guess it's a question maybe for you, Will. Why pizza, and why specialize in that specifically with the brewery?
It's just where we decided to go with it. We were going to go with a full kitchen and have a huge menu, but it just never worked out that way. And we got a good pizza oven. We can kick out pizzas in about 3 minutes a piece, and they come out pretty good, and everyone loves them. And who doesn't like beer and pizza?
I would say the margarita order came out and like lickety split, man. It was crazy. I was like, it's already out in like 7 minutes. This is nuts. Yeah, it was very good, very, very good. So I kind of want to see what comes next for you guys as far as, you know, after getting the license and whatnot. What are maybe some plans for the rest of the year? What are some things you want to maybe try and do in 2023 as well? Kind of, you know, I mean, we're way past COVID and whatnot at this point, past all the protocols, past, you know, all the laws, anything you got to follow. Now getting the license, getting basically ducks in a row is what people would call it. Hector, I guess this is more so for you, but what do you think what do you expect working here to happen after you get nightlife popping and whatnot?
Yeah, I expect growth. I expect more responsibilities. I expect to build even a bigger team. So once growth happens, a 3-man show might not be sufficient. But we're making it happen right now, and I expect more events, more things happening, more community events too. I'm very excited for it. I'm very optimistic. The potential is crazy. So.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, Will, I want to touch on it real quick with you, I guess. COVID does hit 7 months after you opened initially. Is there any point in the process, and I'm sure there is, I don't know why I'm asking, but is there any point in the process where you're like, man, this might not be worth it, or man, this might not be profitable, or man, do I want to work this hard? And when those feelings come about, I mean, how did you go about dealing with that when you first had to close down a couple years back?
Well, we never had to fully close down. We were able to do beer to go. It definitely hurt our sales, but there were a lot of government plans to help small businesses get through that. And so we struggled through it, but we're here still, and we're doing better than we ever have. So everything's looking good.
What do you say you're most proudest of as far as Cedar Crest Brewery? I mean, it's been something you've been a part of since its inception for 12 years now. What's the one thing that you're probably proudest of to say?
I'm not sure. Maybe just the way this whole building has come together and the way that we bring people together. People will come in here and meet new friends or old friends and just have fun.
So, George, I know you come in for trivia night one. I don't want to get in here and ask anything, but what's kind of your favorite part about coming in and whatnot?
It's a good atmosphere. It's very clean. I did meet some of my new friends, like how you said, through trivia night. It was really impactful for my growth. Very highly intelligent, just six-figure earners, and it's always good to be in a room when you're not the smartest one in the room. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but I just met some huge, smart individuals, especially at trivia night, which is obvious.
So trivia night's like the big draw. Would you guys say that's the big draw? That or Latin night? I mean, those are kind of the two that get the most people. Okay.
Well, those are the newer nights, so it's hard to compare one of their best hitters to their newest nights.
When did you start coming down here, George?
Regularly, like February, March, right when you got on.
Yeah,
I came here
when I met you.
You weren't here,
yeah.
and I came here wait a minute, I know him.
Yeah.
We actually originally met Dutch Bros. He was working at graveyards, and he remembered me, and I was like, oh shit, and then he got me a drink, and it all clicked from there, and it was always all love. It's really important to have that memory of culture. He didn't have to remember. He remembered me, showed me love. I came back because of that, because people who actually care about their business, their clients.
And that's huge here. I think it's a good place for connection. I mean, I've seen the people at the bar, and not only old friends like Will said that come and hang out at the bar. I see so many new connections happen, and when new connections happen, new opportunities, growth for the city of Reading, and so it's a great place for connection and meeting new people for sure.
I was going to ask, what are your guys' thoughts on downtown getting the makeover, man? I mean, it's a makeover. It's a hell of a makeover. And, even new businesses moving where old ones were, and new, low-income low-income housing structures, that is. What are your guys' thoughts on the revamping of downtown? I guess maybe this is more of a question for you, Will. You guys have been here for 3 years. What are your thoughts on how Reading looks in 2022 compared to how it looked in 2019?
It's looking a lot better. I can't wait for them to be done with all this so we can have some more parking. That's the biggest complaint I hear is can't find anywhere to park.
Yeah.
I have some people saying, I had to walk a quarter mile. I had to go park down the street and walk a quarter mile here. And that's rough for some people,
man.
especially in the heat.
That's the crazy part. Think of people already walking now for you, quarter mile. Now imagine when the parking's right across the street. It's going to be jam-packed here tonight. That's why I feel like Cedar Crest is going to have some of the biggest growth and probably will be one of the biggest bars in California.
And you guys do a little deal for people that don't know with Viva Downtown. You guys do a little 20% off all food, beer, and wine. So you guys have that as far as the listeners go. If you guys want to grab a little gift card, George, how'd you get a hold of that Viva Downtown gift card? You just go to Viva Downtown's office. How do you?
They run certain sales. That was the Santa Claus one. What was it called? The Santa Claus pub night. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was called though.
they'll give out like almost like high schools how they have like all the discount cards in the back for football players. It's kind of that kind of thing, but for city of Reading and huge discounts. I mean, it's already well priced here on a normal day as it is. That 20% on top of that is crazy or whatever.
And if you come a Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., we got a happy hour, so we get $1 off all beers. And if you order a beer and a pizza, it's $20.
Shit.
Happy hour.
That's a great deal.
Shit,
I love
do
it.
it.
I'm telling you, this pizza. I mean, I'm a pizza guy, man. Like, there's a lot of pizza that it could be Costco, and I'm like, oh, y'all smacking. It's amazing. So, to have like just the New York style, but I don't like huge slices because in New York they do the big slices, but they're super thin. If you guys do like thin crust pizza, and do the mozzarella, it was so good. Just all the ingredients were good, man. I think I dropped like 2 tomatoes on the chair that I had to clean up, but that's okay. We made it all work. So, well, look, I don't know if I have anything else that I want to ask you guys about. I think we're pretty much done everything. Is there anything you want to ask about? Actually, there is something else I want to ask about. We were talking beforehand. I know it's a little premature. It's only I think this will be the 1st of October by the time the listeners hear this. But New Year's, you guys do plan on doing a little, I don't want to say a rave, but a New Year's party, basically a New Year's event, a get together. Hector, you're telling me about it, so I'll ask you, what does that kind of look like? What's something you're trying to imagine or vision for that?
Oh man, we're gonna have a huge LED screen back here with DJs coming up here, man. We got local DJs as well. So I think they're bringing a DJ from LA, or I don't know, a big headliner. We're gonna do the countdown. We're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a party. If you don't got nowhere to go, this is the place to be, man. We got the space for dancing. We got the space to hang out, man. So we also have a Thanksgiving party the day before Thanksgiving, so the Wednesday before the Thursday Thanksgiving. So and a lot of people have that night off, or they don't gotta work the next day. So you can come party here that Wednesday, and also the Halloween, the 28th, Friday the 28th. We're gonna be here making it happen as well.
So we got Tuesdays trivia night, Thursdays Latin night. Every weekend there's a DJ or a band. We got the paint and sip October 21st, the Halloween thing October 28th. I believe those are both Fridays, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, you guys every night are doing something down here. This is one of the only nights, I guess, on Monday that you guys aren't doing anything down here. But there's Monday Night Football, any sort of sports things, anything you guys want to do for sports. I know you guys are trying to get the NFL Sunday ticket. Businesses have a challenge getting that. I think that's going away next year anyway. I think it's not going to be a thing anymore. But any sort of thing you guys want to do for sports-wise, are there any sort of sports things coming up maybe people should know about? Or
I mean, we're not doing anything for sports. I mean, we always have sports on, whatever we can get on the local channels. But we don't have any special event for sports. And if we, if we do it, we're gonna put it out there for you guys to know. And if that's a big thing that we need to do, we'll make it happen as well.
I love it. Hector, I have a question for you. So I've always told George, you're familiar with Imperial Beach, correct?
Yeah,
San Diego.
absolutely.
Okay. See? So I am as well. Love Imperial Beach. That's the part of San Diego that's second home to me.
Gotcha.
Just costs a lot. But Don Ponchos. You ever gone to Don Ponchos?
It's a Mexican shop, right? Yeah.
I was telling this dude, there's nothing like the surf and turf, man.
Yeah.
I don't know where they find that shrimp. It's the biggest shrimp in the world. The steak is good. Dude, I'm telling you, man, the sauce. So you're familiar with Don. I just wanted to see if you knew about Don Ponchos.
Oh, absolutely, man. And there's so much good Mexican food out there in San Diego, man. It's it's ridiculous. Out here they got some good food out here. I'm not gonna bash them, man. But San Diego's right across the border, so they got the edge on that part.
Super authentic and stuff. Yeah, it's awesome. Anything else, George? Anything I'm missing? I feel like we got everything pretty quick.
I just want to know where people can reach you. What's your guys' handles and Instagrams and all that?
So Cedar Crest Brewery, that's how you find us on that. See, this will be great if Madison was here. Cedar Crest Brewery is the name that you look us up on Instagram and on Facebook, right? Okay. Cedar Crest Brewery, not brewing, because there's other pages out there that try to
try to copy you guys,
or it's just old pages.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Old partnerships or whatever, but now it's Cedar Crest Brewery, and that's how you'll find us, and that's the right page.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was saying, I feel like even the logo outside was like brand new. It has like the black background, Cedar Crest Brewery. I was like, oh, that's actually like a new background. So, okay, cool. Look, 37 minutes, short and sweet. I love it. I got all the info I needed. If there's anything else you guys want to promote, I guess we can let that be known. Anything you want to ask about George? I thought we got everything in here, man. I like this place. Truthfully, don't know too much. That's why I didn't have, I guess, more questions for you guys. But between all the different events pizza, and you guys getting the liquor license and whatnot, and the nightlife, it feels like the potential in the future is kind of what we're going to be focusing on, not really what you guys have already accomplished. So I love it. I think you guys' future is super bright, and I love that you guys are down here, and it gives us another spot to come and drink on a Friday or Saturday. You know, I truthfully had never really came in until about a month ago, and we got maybe some sort of ale or something like that, and then George introduced me to you, Hector, and as they say, the rest is history, man. So yeah.
Absolutely,
Thank you guys
man.
for coming on. I appreciate this very much. That was really cool. So
Yeah,
look
man.
forward to the future. I think you guys have a lot in store, and I think it'll be a really cool spot to come and hang out. So
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having us on, man.
yeah, absolutely. If you guys have made it this far, thank you for listening. We'll be back here in a few days' time with another NFL podcast. And thank you guys for watching on YouTube, and I will see you guys later. Have a good day.